Welcome to the Master Passive Income Podcast, where we talk about investing in real estate rental properties with a special focus on making enough money so you can quit your job and live the dream life. And now, here is your host, Dustin Heiner.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's time for the Master Passive Income Show. My name is Dustin Heiner, and I'm here to help you learn how to quit that JOB, that just over broke job, by investing in real estate rental properties so you never, ever have to work a job again. See, now, I quit my job when I was 37 years old because I bought one property and rented it out and made a minimum of $250 a month. And then I bought another property like 6 months later that made me, I want to say it was like $300 a month. Then I kept doing that over and over and over and over and over again. And that is what's so amazing about rental properties, is that as you make more money, you actually put that in your pocket. And if you put it in your pocket, don't go and spend it. But when you put that money in your pocket, you have more money to buy the next property that makes you more money, to buy the next property that makes you more money, to buy the next property that makes you even more money. And that is what I absolutely love about real estate. Now, as a real estate investor, though, what you need to realize is that we are problem solvers. We want to make sure we see the problems before they come, and at the same time, figure out the best way around this problem. Now, as I've been an investor for, like 15 years now. I started back in 2006. Well, it's 2006 to 2021. Wow. That's a long time. 15 years now, being a real estate investor. And as I have been buying properties, reinvesting that money, and getting financing, then finding that next property, making sure we build the business first. And as I have built my business, that's how I now coach my students. Now, the great thing, what I love to do with my real estate students, as I'm coaching them how to actually invest, what I love to do is show them all the options that are there. Basically, every single option that you could possibly take and the outcomes of each one, how you can make money, how you can save money. I give them all the options and they make the best decision for themselves. Their risk tolerance, they take into account. They also take into account their situation, their finances, all that sort of stuff. In fact, today I just had a coaching call, a one-on-one coaching call with one of my students, and we were working out private money, basically borrowing money from somebody that they knew and paying an interest rate. Now, this is a little higher, it's 10%, but what's great is he is actually not going to have any points or any costs because it's a relative of his. And so he's able to borrow the money, even though it's at 10%, still he's not going to be paying $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 to get the loan. Long story short, we as investors are problem solvers. And I love also helping all my students to be problem solvers. In today's show, I want to talk to you about how to be the best problem solver ever when it comes to investing in real estate. Actually, when it comes to everything in life, you want to be the best problem solver. And we're going to be talking about being proactive versus reactive. Now, I'll get into that in just a second, but what I want to talk to you about is being proactive in your life as well. Right now, as I'm literally releasing this episode, this is the week of Thanksgiving, and there's also Black Friday coming up. Black Friday is a day that there is basically everything's on sale, which I just love. I just actually save my money for Black Friday. I don't buy things for the next previous 2 months, and then I just wait until Black Friday comes. That's when I buy stuff because I'm frugal. Now, I do want you to be proactive. I don't want you to be reactive in life. I want you to be proactive. I literally want you to be able to quit your JOB, your just over broke job, and by investing in real estate, if you buy one rental property that makes you $250 a month in passive income, that is $3,000 a year in passive income. And that's the minimum. But what if you got 10 properties? That's $2,500 a month in passive income. That's $30,000 a year in passive income. Now, I want you to be proactive. Here's what I want you to do. So this Black Friday, I'm going to do something I've never done. I'm going to give a blowout deal on my real estate wealth builders community. That's where I do group coaching. I have 5 masterclass courses on how to invest in real estate, the ultimate real estate investing systems in there, the foundations course, the Your First Investment to getting you to $10,000, the out-of-state investor course, as well as the advanced investor course where you're going to be scaling your business. I also have group coaching and the Student Success Program, where you're going to be working with all the other students, making sure that we're all growing together, because investing is so much easier when it's a team sport. And that's what I made this to be. You're also going to get the student community as well. So anyways, this is the Real Estate Wealth Builders, and I'm going to give the best deal I have ever done. But here's the catch. You need to be on my newsletter in order to get this deal. It's going to be the lowest deal I've ever given. I'm going to give this out. And if you're on my newsletter, in fact, I will give you my free real estate investing course absolutely for free. It's a downloadable PDF to get you started. I'll give you that for free. And then you watch your email. You will also get the emails for the Black Friday promotion. So to get my free real estate investing course, go to masterpassiveincome.com/free course. It's in the description, or even better, if you're listening on your phone, you're going to have the ability to text me. Text the word rental, RENTAL, to 33777. Rental to 33777, and that will literally come to me. I literally get those texts and I plug it in myself. But you're going to get my real estate investing course absolutely for free, and you're also going to be able to get the Black Friday special deal. In fact, I'm going to have two different promotions. One's going to be a lifetime promotion. One's going to be a huge discount on the monthly. So make sure you get that, but you have to be inside of my newsletter. Get my free course, get in the newsletter, then join the Real Estate Wealth Builders. That is where we work together to become investors. Now, let's talk about being proactive for the next year in 2021, as we are getting into a new phase of everything in our lives of being an investor. I want you to get off to the best start as possible. I don't want 2021 to be like 2020 or 2019. I want your 2021 to be one of the best years. Imagine you starting investing right now, and this time next year, you have 2 properties making you $250 a month in passive income, and that's the minimum. That'd be $500 extra. I know my life was changed when I had $500 extra in my pocket every single month, and I know yours absolutely would be too. Being proactive versus reactive in real estate and in everything in life is the best way to go. That's actually something I've been living with for at least 15 years. I just realized that I have so many more options when I'm proactive as opposed to reactive. See, now the difference between proactive and reactive. When you're reactive, you maybe have one option that's not very good because you're reacting to something. You might have a second option that's horrible and a first option that's just kind of okay, if not that great. When you are proactive, you actually have many options. That's what I love to have, is many options to choose from, whichever one's the best for me, whichever one's the best one for my family, for everybody else involved. So being proactive as opposed to being reactive is the best way to go. Now, I invest in real estate rental properties. As I invest in rental properties, I make sure that I'm proactive. I'm very proactive into buying houses the right way, making sure I have plenty of options so I'm not reactive and losing money. See, we buy properties and make $250 a month in passive income. And as we buy each property, we realize that we have options and we can make better decisions. Now, when you are investing, you want to be proactive. Now, being proactive is where you are having so many options. Like, oh man, my property manager just left me, or they said they will not manage my properties anymore. Good, I have a backup because I'm proactive. I'm going to give you so many different ways to be proactive, but what I want to talk to you about is actually how to do it just in general in life. Now, the first thing that you need to do when you are being proactive is you need to take responsibility for your actions, because when you are reactive, you might be thinking, oh man, I'm a victim, or oh man, like woe is me, and get down on yourself or other people, or get mad at other people. What you need to do is now start taking responsibility for yourself, for your own decisions and everything that you're going to be doing. And the reason why is the only person you can control is you. The only person I can control is me. I can't control my wife. I can't control my kids. I mean, they're breaking everything. So I try to do my best to discipline them. But same thing with you. You can only control yourself. So taking responsibility for yourself is the first step. That if you're going to be proactive, you need to know that it's up to you to shape your future, up to you to make the right decisions, up to you to buy the right investments. It's all up to you. The second thing you need to do is you need to hold yourself accountable to your own decisions. So your decision for whatever it might be, to buy that investment property, to go to the movies instead of saving that money, whatever it might be, Hold yourself accountable. It's nobody else's decision unless they literally forced you and twisted your arm, like literally grabbed you and made you do something. If you're making your own conscious effort and decision in something, you need to take responsibility for that. See, now what I did, because I invest in real estate rental properties that make me $250 or more in passive income every single month, I knew that if I spent money outside of buying that next property, it would be that much less money in my pocket to buy that next property. Give you an example. I stopped going on vacation for like 5 years with my family because I knew if I went to Disneyland and spent $2,000, that's $2,000 not spent on a property that's going to get me to be able to quit my job and stop living and working that just over broke job. So what I did was I took responsibility. I said, I am going to forego this good thing, potentially good thing, for something better in the future. So we need to take responsibility for our actions. The third thing you need to do is to set goals. Set your goals for your future. Let's say you want to quit your job in 5 years. Well, if you're going to quit your job in 5 years, you got to work your way backwards to figure out what that's going to be. If you need $3,000 a month in passive income, where you don't work and you still make money, if you need $3,000 in passive income, then you work your way backwards. We know that if we buy a house, we're shooting for $250 in passive income every single month. Well, if we had 10 properties, that's $2,500 in passive income every single month. If we had 12 properties, we have our $3,000. So we know in 3 years or 5 years, we want to get $3,000 in passive income. We need to get to 12 properties in that many years. So we're setting our goals. We're seeing where we're going to want to be and then work our way backwards. That's the way to be proactive because we're seeing and we're going to actually achieve it because we're moving forward towards it. The fourth thing that you must do is create your own opportunities and not wait and be reactive to things. You want to create your own opportunities. I'll give you an example. What you want to do is you need to be looking for properties. If you're an investor, you need to be looking for properties. Or if you're going to take an opportunity to get a really inexpensive car to buy for yourself, you're going to be looking for opportunities. You're going to be looking for deals. You're going to be going around figuring out where the deals are. You're going to be going after those opportunities. Let me give you another example. If you get my free real estate investing course, if you go to masterpassiveincome.com/free course, it's actually in the description as well. I will show you how to find properties, how to get money for the properties, how to build the business, to do it right, how to be successful, and how to have an automatic business and make $250 a month in passive income from every single properties. If you are proactive and you are creating and going after those opportunities, this is a free opportunity for you. Go after that, take advantage of that so that you can then start implementing it into your life and buying that next property. The fifth thing that you need to do is take control of your life. Taking control means where you are being proactive as opposed to reactive. You're not waiting for something to happen. You're going after it. You're saying, I am in control. No longer is my job in control, my boss, or somebody else, whoever it might be. You take control over yourself. And the reason why is because you're going to be able to figure out the good and bad things for you. Like, well, I don't really care about driving a fancy car, but you may love driving a fancy car. Totally fine. No judgment whatsoever. I don't think it's a big thing, but some other people do. If you do, go after it. Take charge. I really wanted to quit my job. And at 37 years old, because I took control over my life, foregone any vacation to save money to buy properties. At 37 years old, I literally quit my job because I had enough properties. I had like 25 properties by then, and I had so much money coming in passive income, I was able to quit my job. So take control over your life. The sixth thing you need to do is also put in your own principles, your own guiding values of who you are. Just like I was saying with going after a fancy car or whatever it might be, go after what you value, what your principles are, because your principles, your guiding principles will teach you and show you the direction you want to go. I believe in God, so I read the Bible, and that helps me know where I go. And that's something that you can do as well, but you also internally have your own principles, your own guiding values. So go after those so that those will help you to understand which decisions to make. Because being proactive will give you loads of decisions. You go after whichever one is the best for you and to fit your principles. When you think of playing chess is basically thinking 1, 2, 3, or more moves ahead. Most chess players maybe think 2 moves ahead, maybe 3 at most. The amazing chess players actually think like 6 to 10 moves ahead. That's what we want to do as investors or as just being proactive in general. We want to be thinking of all the different options. If this will happen, then I'm going to do this. But if this happens, then I'm going to do this. And then if this happens, I'm going to do that. We want to be thinking ahead. We want to make sure that we have so many options and we've considered what somebody else will do so that we can then make a decision in the right decision. Think about everything in your life and being proactive, like playing chess. Think 2, 3, or 4, maybe even 5 or 6 moves ahead and be ready to adjust and pivot and change as things come your way. Let me show you what it's like to be an investor who is proactive as opposed to being reactive. A reactive investor would be listening to some, real estate guru that just says, okay, find a property, analyze the numbers, make sure you're making money every single month, buy it, and then rent it out. That's actually the wrong way to do it. In fact, the proactive investor, what they do is they look and they don't even find a property first. They find an area of the country to invest in. It could be whatever city. It could be like Indianapolis, Indiana. It could be Memphis, Tennessee, or wherever it might be. I actually have a video that'll actually walk you through the 20 different places right now that you want to invest in right now that you can actually invest and make a lot of money in passive income. Now, what an investor will do, a proactive investor will do, well, they will build the business first. They'll make sure before they even buy any properties. In fact, when they find an area, all those properties that they see that they might want to buy, they're actually probably not going to buy those because they're not going to be there by the time their business is built. But what the great thing is, more properties come on the market. And when more properties come on the market, you have the ability to buy those properties because you already have the business built. So proactive is building the business. Reactive is just buying the house and just saying, let's just start making money and try to do that. In fact, what's sad is, and it's good for me, but sad for other people, I buy properties off of people that do that. And I make loads of money because they're just fed up. They're like, take this property. I don't want it anymore. I'm like, great, I'll take it from you. Another way that an investor can be proactive as opposed to being reactive is, as reactive investors would do, they'll find a property and then try to get financing afterwards. They might even have a mortgage company ready, maybe to actually get them the money, but they haven't really thought 2 to 3 to maybe 8 moves ahead. A actual investor that's proactive, not just finds a property and then makes sure they have a mortgage or anything like that to find it. No, first they build the business. They find mortgage companies. They find private investors. They find hard money. They get signature loans. They get home equity loans. They get so many different options to buy a property, and then they can just pick and choose what they need once they find the property. So they get the financing first, then they find the property. Because the property, that's just, 1 in 1,000. What if you found 2 or 3 or 4? You need to make sure that you have enough money and the ability to get that money to buy those properties. Another way that you can be proactive as opposed to reactive, a reactive investor would look to get hard money. Hard money is where you borrow from a private investor that has somewhat of a business, but you get hard money. You pay a lot of money into it, but it's a short-term loan, like a 2 years at most, maybe usually 1 year loan, and you got to pay it back. A reactive investor would say, I found a property. Oh, let me go find a hard money lender. Then they find a hard money lender. Then they buy the property. And then 6 months down the line, like, oh no, shoot, this hard money needs to be called due, or it's going to be called due, and I'm going to owe a lot of money. I got to figure out how to pay this off. No, proactive investors don't do that. Number one, we find out our hard money lenders before we find the property. Then we find at least 1 or 2 or 3. My suggestion, I'll give you one-on-one coaching here. If you're going to get hard money, you need to have at least 1 minimum, but 2 to 3 different backups that you're going to use to get yourself out of the hard money loan. So if you're going to get a hard money loan, you need to be able to get out of it. Make sure you have a mortgage company, a banker, a local institution that has money. You want to make sure those are set before you actually even get the hard money loan. You absolutely want to make sure that's being proactive. And don't forget to get my real estate investing course absolutely for free. Text the word rental to 33777 or masterpassiveincome.com/free course, and you will be getting the emails showing you the Black Friday special promotion. I'm literally just about giving away for free. Well, it's not really for free, but I'm giving out for the lowest price that I absolutely can. I really want to see you change your life. I cannot tell you how amazing life is when you literally don't have to worry about going to work. Putting your shoes on, getting dressed, get in your car, and then, you get dressed first and then put your shoes on, get in the car, drive to work, and then slave away for 8 or more hours. It's just ridiculous having to do that. Why not employ other people where they're doing the work for you, your property does the work for you, and you still make money? And then you have your rest of your life to do whatever you want. All right, guys, you're fantastic. I'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya.